Gervonta Davis has been turning heads with his recent training videos. The clips show him honing his skills with such intensity that it's impossible to look away. One fighter who couldn't stay silent about Tank's training is Frank Martin, someone who knows firsthand what it's like to face him in the ring.
Ninth round.
What?
I say ninth round.
You said ninth?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared.
Back in June, Martin challenged Tank for the WBA lightweight title. The fight was highly anticipated, with many wondering if Martin could do the unthinkable, defeat Tank. For 7 rounds, Martin gave everything he had, showcasing grit and determination.
And just watch all the shots, because he got them shots that if you don't see him, he can get you out, and he's sneaky with it. He can take a punch, he can give a punch too. So it's just.
However, in the 8th round, Tank reminded everyone why he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the world. A perfectly timed punch ended the fight instantly, leaving no doubt about his power. Now, as Tank prepares to face Lamont Roach, his training videos reveal a fighter who continues to elevate his game. Reflecting on Tank's power, Martin told Fight Hub TV, "He's got power, but it's not just about hitting hard, it's about hitting smart. He knows how to land that shot with precision."
As you see here, Gervonta Davis was training extremely hard in preparation for his March 1st showdown with WBA super featherweight world champion star boxer Lamont.
Tank's ability to fight with both power and precision sets him apart. He doesn't just swing for the fences, he calculates every move, staying a step ahead of his opponents. Fans see this in his fights and his training, where his technique and strategy shine. It's not just his strength, it's his unmatched accuracy that makes him one of the best in the world.
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going.
Tank's record speaks volumes. With 30 wins, including 28 knockouts, he's dominated the lightweight division. He's on a remarkable streak, with 4 of his last 5 victories coming by knockout. On March 1st, 2025, Tank will defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, a fight that promises excitement.
Match close, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight.
Yet, there's growing speculation about Tank's future. He's hinted at retiring by the end of 2025, a possibility fans are reluctant to accept. Some believe he's teasing, while others think he might genuinely be considering walking away from the sport at the peak of his career. If true, his departure would mark a seismic shift in boxing.
Fighter like Tank leaving boxing would be huge.
Christmas wish list, 3 names that you want for 2025.
In between all this, the fight between Tank and Roach is officially back on for March 1st.
The fight with Roach hasn't been without its share of drama. Tank shocked fans by posting on social media that the fight was cancelled. The cryptic announcement sent waves through the boxing community, fueling speculation. However, Leonard Ellaby, former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, quickly dispelled the rumors with a simple statement: "See you in New York." Tank's post raised questions about his intentions. Was it a publicity stunt to generate buzz around a fight many consider a mismatch? Critics argue that Roach, while solid, isn't a high-caliber opponent for a champion of Tank's stature. If attention was the goal, it worked, as the boxing world erupted in discussion. Roach's resume doesn't scream blockbuster opponent. His most notable fight, a loss to Jamal Herring in 2019, pales compared to Tank's list of opponents. Some speculate that Tank might feel the fight isn't worth his usual payday, while others believe he's using the matchup to silence critics who claim he avoids tough competition.
People who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'ma beat his ass.
He can't do shit, wait.
For real, so y'all better be quiet.
Tank's critics often accuse him of taking fights where he's a heavy favorite, avoiding 50-50 matchups against top names in the lightweight division. Despite his undefeated record, fans crave fights that truly test him, and facing Roach doesn't fit that narrative.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove.
Regardless of the criticism, the fight is set to happen. The cancellation rumors may have caused confusion, but Tank will step into the ring on March 1st to defend his title. Yet, the situation raises questions about his relationship with his management team and the promotional company involved.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So.
The lack of communication from Premier Boxing champions only added to the uncertainty. Tank's post might reflect frustration with his team or the promotion itself. As he nears potential retirement, every move he makes is scrutinized, adding pressure to an already intense career.
I'm gonna beat his ass if y'all talking. Y'all better quiet. I don't give a fuck.
Meanwhile, fans are lamenting the fight that may never happen, Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko. The Ukrainian superstar, known for his unparalleled skill and artistry in the ring, is considering retirement. Lomachenko's absence from the sport dims the hopes of a showdown with Tank, a fight many believed would be a clash for the ages. Lomachenko, currently in Ukraine with his family, is set to announce his decision by January 1st. At 37, his career has been legendary, marked by 18 wins, 12 knockouts, and only 3 losses. His unique style has captivated fans, making the prospect of his retirement bittersweet.
Asking for Lomo pulling out this fight. Yeah, if you want to call it a duck, it's cool. I think it was a strategic. No, listen, it's a strategic duck. He's saying, look, I don't want to fight. It's cool. You know, oh, he ducking. But remember at 130, how many times Floyd was asked the question and they danced around it. Oh.
A Tank versus Lomachenko fight would have been a spectacle, a meeting of styles between the tactical genius and the powerful knockout artist. But as time passes and Lomachenko considers stepping away, the dream of this matchup fades.
How do you see that fight, and how does it play out now at this point?
I mean, it's a big fight, but I can see that Lomachenko's going to land a lot of shots on him, but I can also see Davison catch him with the counter left or catch him with some power shots because...
Fans will always wonder what could have been if these two giants of boxing had met in the ring. For now, the spotlight remains on Tank, his upcoming fight with Roach, and the uncertainty surrounding his future in the sport. Whether he retires at the top or continues to build his legacy, one thing is clear. Tank Davis is a fighter who leaves an indelible mark on boxing.
His victory over Kambosos was a reminder of the brilliance he still possesses, but his loss to Devin Haney in May 2023.
The dream of a Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko fight seems increasingly unlikely. Lomachenko's future in boxing remains uncertain. While his victory over George Kambosos showcased his brilliance, his controversial loss to Devin Haney in May 2023 sparked debate. Many felt Lomachenko deserved the win, but the judges ruled against him, marking a potential turning point in his career. Lomachenko reclaimed titles against Kambosos, yet questions linger about his desire to continue fighting. At 37, the challenges ahead are daunting. Lomachenko often faces bigger opponents, pushing himself to rely on extraordinary skill to overcome physical disadvantages. Competing in a weight class that arguably doesn't suit him has made every fight a steep uphill battle.
Lomachenko constantly fights these big lightweights who are they're way bigger than him. You know what I mean? He's got to outskill them to a different level. He's fighting guys in a weight class that he doesn't belong in. Well, Tank Davis is actually a former 130-pounder. We just talked about how he weighed 2 pounds less. You're getting a fight where Lomachenko is fighting a guy more his size at lightweight, which hasn't happened. I mean, the lightweights Lomachenko's been fighting have all been way too big. Every time he's...
Unlike many of Lomachenko's previous opponents, Tank Davis is closer to his natural size. As a former 130-pounder, Tank matches up better physically, which could make for a more even contest. However, Tank is at the peak of his career, boasting an undefeated record of 30 wins with 28 knockouts. His dominance in the lightweight division cements his status as one of boxing's brightest stars.
The fight with Lomachenko, while enticing, doesn't seem to fit into Tank's immediate plans, especially with Loma's future hanging in the balance.
While a matchup between Tank and Lomachenko would be thrilling, it doesn't seem to align with either fighter's current trajectory. Tank is focused on maintaining his titles and delivering electrifying performances, while Lomacko's future in the sport remains uncertain. The business side of boxing, promoters, contracts, and timing further complicates matters. Even if Lomacko decides to continue his career, aligning his path with Tank's is a monumental task. For now, both fighters appear to be on diverging paths, leaving fans to wonder if this dream fight will ever become a reality.
The 36-year-old man, the extensive 300-plus amateur fights, 2 Olympic Games, Pan American Games, y'all don't know how much it takes to do that.
A potential fight between Tank Davis and Vasily Lomacko faces significant hurdles, from aligning schedules and promotional interests to differences in their career stages. At 36, Lomacko's remarkable career, including over 300 amateur bouts and multiple Olympic appearances, has taken its toll, while Tank, at 30, is in his prime and focused on defending his WBA lightweight title against high-profile opponents. With Lomacko nearing retirement and Tank showing no urgency to prioritize the matchup, the likelihood of this dream fight diminishes with each passing day.
For the fight, but you know boxing politics, you know we have different promoters. Mayweather said, every time he said, hey, we have our way and forget about us, we're making money.
As Lomacko's retirement decision draws near, the clock is running out for fans who hope to witness the much-anticipated showdown between him and Tank Davis. Lomacko, having built a legendary career, is entitled to retire on his own terms, yet his potential exit from the sport creates a bittersweet feeling. It signifies the end of a brilliant era in boxing while simultaneously dashing the hopes of fans eager to see this dream fight materialize. With boxing politics, differing promoters, and Lomacko's uncertain future, the odds of the fight ever happening seem slimmer by the day. Fans can only wait for his big announcement on January 1st, knowing that whichever path Lomacko chooses will leave an indelible mark on the sport. Yet, the prospect of Tank Davis versus Lomacko feels more like an elusive what-if, destined to remain unfulfilled as the circumstances just don't align.
Why y'all laughing? No, but he was, you know what I mean? It's cool. They all fight different. You know what I mean? I approach every fight different, so I don't think it helped me for them guys.
Fans can dream, but for now, it's clear that the highly anticipated matchup between Tank Davis and Lomacko won't be happening in the near future. On December 23rd, Tank caused a stir when he announced on social media that his upcoming fight against WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr. was cancelled. This sudden post caught fans off guard, especially considering the fight had already been rescheduled once before. Initially set for December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, the bout was postponed without explanation and later moved to March 1st, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Fans thought everything was finally settled, but Tank's cancellation post sparked confusion. The change in venue to the Barclays Center seemed like a strategic choice, offering a neutral site for both fighters' fan bases, especially with Tank hailing from Baltimore and Roach from Washington, D.C., adding fuel to the Baltimore versus D.C. rivalry. Tank's post, which simply read, "The fight is getting cancelled," left fans scrambling for answers, but he stayed silent after. Lamont Roach, however, responded confidently, showing no signs of concern. He posted, "If you keep asking me for, I'm locked in, ain't your *T changed." March 1st, Brooklyn knew, making it clear he was still in training and fully committed to the fight. His response raised questions about whether Tank's cancellation was serious or just another attempt to stir up attention.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah.
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking.
Tank Davis is called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis.
Tank Davis called
out Loma on social media.
Oh, he called Loma on social media? Well,
that's easy to do, right? Social media, I can call her.
After his close loss to Devin Haney and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine.
Although PBC had a strong start when it launched in 2015, its activity has slowed in recent years, leading some insiders to believe they may be running out of funds. If Tank isn't satisfied with the purse being offered, this could explain his frustration. Another possible issue is poor communication from PBC. Despite Tank being one of their biggest stars, neither Al Heyman nor anyone from PBC has publicly addressed the status of the fight. Fans who have rearranged their schedules and finances to attend the event feel frustrated by the lack of answers. While casual fans are excited about the Baltimore vs. DC rivalry, hardcore boxing enthusiasts see the matchup as underwhelming. Many were hoping Tank would face a bigger name, like Vasily Lomachenko, but Lomachenko's future remains uncertain. After his close loss to Devin Haney and with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Lomachenko may be considering retirement, leaving fans to wonder who Tank's next major opponent might be. Despite the uncertainty, Lamont Roach seems fully committed to the fight and remains ready for March 1st.
Not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like, I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's the real.
Neither Al Heyman nor anyone from PBC has made a public statement about the fight's status.
Lamont Roach remains fully committed to the fight, and with the Barclays Center not removing the event from its calendar, Tank Davis' social media post might not be the final word on the matter. It's possible Tank made the post out of frustration and could change his stance later, as his unpredictable nature on social media has been a talking point in the past. This situation could be no different. The ordeal highlights some of the challenges Tank Davis faces in his career. With an undefeated record of 30 wins and 28 knockouts, Tank is undoubtedly one of the biggest names in boxing. However, critics argue he needs to face tougher opponents to cement his legacy, and the Lamont Roach fight, while not a blockbuster, was supposed to be a step in that direction. If the fight falls through, Tank will face even more pressure to deliver an exciting bout soon. Boxing fans have grown frustrated with the lack of transparency surrounding cancellations and postponements. Unlike other sports, where issues are quickly addressed, boxing often leaves fans in limbo. This lack of communication not only frustrates fans but also risks alienating the sport's most loyal supporters. Fans who have made financial sacrifices and adjusted their schedules to attend the event are left in the dark by the silence from organizers. The key question now is whether the March 1st fight will proceed as planned. With both fighters seemingly prepared and the venue still promoting the event, it's possible the cancellation post was just a misunderstanding. If the fight happens, it will draw both casual and hardcore fans. If not, casual fans may be disappointed, but hardcore fans will likely move on and focus on what's next for Tank. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.
In that fight, but I do think that the fight that he should have fought should have been the Edwin De Los Santos. But
Tank or Lamont?
Tank.
Okay.
That Petrarca, he can fight, and it showed that Loma not good as everybody thinks. Got 12.